All right, welcome back. What I have here are two very classic, made in the U.S. Lockback folders by Buck. So we have the Buck 110 and the Buck 112. The 110 is the absolute original. They're classic. The 112 is kind of a tailored mirror image of the 110. So let's just have a quick look here and see what we got. So this is the 110. They both have very nice sheaths. The 112 has rides a little bit lower on your belt actually, which I prefer than the 110. Apparently the older sheaths of the 110 used to ride lower. For some reason they've put the belt here, so it tends to ride, it's going to ride higher on your hip. The sheaths are made in Mexico, I think, not the US. So this is the classic 110. It's brass bolsters. Has the brass pins. There's wood inlay on each side, which just looks really nice. It has a little bit of weight to it, but that's to be expected from from an older classic blade. This is kind of from a different time, really, these knives, but they're still just as popular and useful today as they were back then. So let's get the blade out. So it's a lock back. You hear that snap? It's locked. To release it, but right here there's a you press this here, the bar, lock bar across the back. Press that button there and release. It's a clip point. It's a very nice blade. What are they? 440. I can't remember the exact steel now. I'll have to write that in the description, what the exact steel is on these. One thing that's kind of cool on these too, there's a symbol there on the blade that says 110, and then there's that little symbol. And each year that they make them, they stamp a different symbol on the blade, so you can actually see exactly what year that your knife was made in, which is kind of cool. And these come extremely sharp. These are probably the sharpest from the factory knives that I've ever seen. Very sharp. So this is the 112. Leather sheath, button snap. Of course, yeah, it's identical. It's the spitting image of the 110, just a little bit smaller. In case carrying around something this size is a little bit too big for you. It's good for the woods. But I find it a little too large to carry around every day. It's 5 inches. This one's about 4 1/4. So the 110 is 5. The 112 is about 4 1/4. And the sheath is an extra inch long too. So yeah, again, it's the same classic style, classic look. Brass bolsters, pins, lock back. This one comes just the same sharp, extremely sharp. One thing that's interesting is actually that when they made the 112, they basically just took the 110 and just made it shorter. It's just it's the same thickness, same width this way, same thickness here. The blade is the same width. Everything's identical. It's just the blade has been shortened in. Clip point. Just for curiosity, actually, I'm going to check what the weights on these are. So the 112, that makes it a 0. The 112 is 6.05, so 6 ounces, still pretty heavy for the small one. The 110 is 7.45, so 7.5 ounces. So they're pretty heavy carries. But but I mean they're extremely well built knives. A little bit of weight makes it, it feels like quality. You can tell that it's a quality blade. They both feel really great in the hand. Even the one, I have pretty big hands, and even the 112 is pretty comfortable. You see, it comes, still have a little bit of extra there. I probably have XL gloves usually when I wear, so anybody out there, there'll be plenty of handle on these. And the 110 has a huge amount of handle. So I don't think you're going to run into a problem with that. So there you have it, 2 classic blades. I love the classic folders, the classic blades, and hopefully in the future I will have a few more to show, some other classic blades. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.